What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new Pokemon video. Today we're going in depth with Sword and Shield booster boxes, talking about prices and things like that, because I think we're about to experience a pretty big boom in the somewhat near future. But before we get started, I do want to say, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, make Pokemon like investing videos. And I've been posting on my community tab deals that I see. Like, I just posted a Paradox Rift one a couple days ago, like $92 booster boxes on the TikTok shop. I'm going to do that more often now that I see them. So subscribe if you want to see those. Okay, today I wanted to talk about just Sword and Shield in general, and mainly booster boxes. That's all I have pulled up here. Is just pretty much every booster box of Sword and Shield. Go in depth of what the market's been like for the past year and talk about what I think the market's going to do. What I think we're going to experience within the next 3 or 4 months-ish is a little pump with these boxes. I think we're going to finally see some of these start to rise a bit more, and that will probably be after the Surging Sparks hype. I need to do a video of Surging Sparks. Maybe that will be my next video, just my thoughts on it and what I think Surging Sparks is going to do. For the next month or two, Surging Sparks is going to be the main thing, but after that, I think we might start to see some Sword and Shield movement, hopefully. It's been a while since we've seen some movement, about a year almost since we've seen some movement in these boxes. Not really a year, but February, January is when we really saw some of these boxes take off. As you can see, start of the year, Evolving Skies here, 500, rose up to 700, and it's been stagnant at 700 ever since, pretty much. Just sitting at 700. Same with a lot of these other boxes. We saw that big spike at the start of the year, and they've just been sitting there ever since. We have Chilling Reign here, $200 box, sitting at 200 for a while, was sitting in the 160s, 170s before that. And that's kind of thing I've noticed is Chilling Reign is what I thought was the second best, but price-wise, Lost Origins technically second best set right now. Well, actually, Rebel Clash price-wise is second, I believe, unless I'm missing another one, but all these are pretty close. Lost Origin, Rebel Clash, Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, right around the $200 mark. I think we'll see a little increase. But I mean, what I mean by pump is just like a $20, $30 pump, not doubling their price. I just feel like Sword and Shield has been getting slept on a little bit recently. Scarlet and Violet has finally been getting the hype that it didn't have at the start, and that's caused a lot of people to turn their eyes to Scarlet and Violet, more of the Scarlet and Violet investing side of things rather than sticking with Sword and Shield. And I think this is where some people can really make a lot of money if you stick with Sword and Shield rather than Scarlet and Violet. I'm personally a big fan of Sword and Shield. I think Sword and Shield much better, just generation and expansion of the sets than Scarlet and Violet so far, at least. And I believe you should still be investing in it if you can, and not be fully 100% into Scarlet and Violet. But everybody has their own opinion. Maybe you think Scarlet and Violet is the next big thing. There's definitely positives with it. I'm not saying it's bad, but I am saying Sword and Shield, it's pretty good. And right now, we've been stagnant since February. So I think we'll see another increase, like I said, within the next 3 months. Everything has been stagnant, and it was just like before that. It was stagnant for a while, and then we got the increase, and when it came, everybody started trying to buy these up before they kept going up even more. So you want to get your position in now before the next increase, because really there's not going to be a decrease. They're not going to reprint these sets. So right now is a solid place to get them, and I think Fusion Strike is definitely a solid place right now. As you can see before, 150 box. It shot up all the way to 240, and there are probably even people buying these at like 250. Yeah, some of those say 235 to 250 in July, and now it's actually dropped 13% in 3 months. And this is a solid set. Gengar, very, very popular Pokemon, and it's an amazing Gengar card for 210. Pretty good, and I'm sure you can find some on eBay and stuff that are a bit under that price, maybe closer to 200. So Fusion Strike, I'm a big one on if you want to get into some Sword and Shield boxes. Lost Origin, I'm pretty big on too. A lot of people are big on Lost Origin, and I'm surprised it's not doing better than it is, just because of the amount of people I see saying that Lost Origin is the sleeper. If all these people are saying it's the sleeper, it's either not the sleeper or it's the time to get in. But the Giratina is huge in this one. There's also a couple of good Pikachu artworks in this one that I really like as well. Some trainer gallery cards that are solid. Chilling Reign is solid as well, in my opinion. The Blaziken, these like Calyrex alt arts. It's full of some solid alt arts. The Galarian Zapdoses. Sword and Shield has so many good sets. And when you compare them to when you compare the alt arts in Sword and Shield to the SIRs coming out in some of the recent Scarlet Violet sets, Sword and Shield alt arts, in my opinion, take it 9 out of 10 times. For real. Like, besides that Gengar, pretty much, I'm taking a Sword and Shield alt art. Those alt arts are great. Really, really hard to pull. And even some of the trainer galleries are in competition for me with all the new illustration rares that are coming out. Battle Styles, this is one I mentioned in my October video. For 135, it's not a bad pickup, I don't think. Like, Battle Styles, one of the lowest, if not the lowest, Sword and Shield box, but I think it's still solid. You take a look at the set list. It's not overwhelmingly good, but that Tyranitar card is awesome. The Empoleon, I really like the alt art of that Empoleon. And then you got to think, like, these Urshifus do have their own fan base of themselves, especially probably some younger generation kids that really like these Urshifus. I used to always be a fan of the fighting Pokemon growing up. It's not going to be horrible, and for 135, you can't really be mad at it. I have here pulled up all the release dates. This is a 3.5-year-old set. This Battle Styles is, so I'm not saying to go all in on it, but Battle Styles I don't think is as bad as it is right now with 135 boxes. Before the pump, it was a $100 box. So, like I said, if they pump again, it'd be like a $160 box. Not a bad gain from 135 if it's a similar pump to the last one, you know what I'm saying? But also part of it is just the appreciation factor. 3.5 years, pretty old. That's pretty old. We're in freaking October 2024. That came out in 2021. And I'm a fan of that Tyranitar and Empoleon, like I said. But Silver Tempest, another one here. This is the last main set of Sword and Shield. Came out November 2022. We're coming up in about a month on 2 years since its release. I like Silver Tempest, and it's another one where I think it's a great buy right now just for the price. Lugia pulls, you got the Lugia alt art in there, several other nice alt arts, and why I say it's a great buy is because it's still in stock on Pokemon Center. For whatever reason, 143 you can buy from Pokemon Center. I don't know why TCG has this at 160 market price when they are still on Poke Center for 143. 143 that for this set, very solid in my opinion. It's like a mid-tier set for Sword and Shield. So if you're not trying to get into the big stuff, or you already have boxes of these, and you don't have a Silver Tempest one, if I had 140 bucks, I'm getting this over a Paldea Evolved box or a Twilight Masquerade box, because those are the two Scarlet and Violet sets at 140. Almost same with Battle Styles. Like, I would maybe get a Twilight Masquerade one over Battle Styles right now. I do have several Paldea Evolved ones. If I didn't have any Paldea Evolved, maybe I'd get one of those, but like 135 for a box that's 3 years old, it's gonna go up. I mean, it's 135 for a reason, so it's not gonna go crazy, but it's just a cheaper alternative to get in then, because not everyone can spend, $200 on a box, or $700 if you're a big dog. Another one, Vivid Voltage, never really talked about when people talk about Sword and Shield. It's mainly like the 5 I've already mentioned: Lost Origin, Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies. That's mainly what people talk about. Vivid Voltage is skipped over a lot, and I don't think it's a terrible set. Came out in 2020, and you have the Chunkachu, the Fat Pikachu pulls. I feel like this one's going to be something that's decent in the future. When that Sword and Shield nostalgia starts to hit and people are buying this up to open it again, chasing that Fat Pikachu, I could see people wanting to chase that card. And it's not the most expensive set, so it might also be one that people buy just because it's not going to be as expensive to get into as Evolving Skies, but they can buy this to still chase the Fat Pikachu. So I'm not a huge hater on this one. I don't think it's amazing, but for 140 a box, if you can find those, it looks like above 140 But if you can find a 140, once again, I'd take this over a Twilight Masquerade or Paldea Evolved right now. Moving on to a couple others that people talk about a lot: Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance, sitting at 180. Yeah, these are all loose packs. They probably won't really be able to find at 180. It's more like 190 because you're paying for shipping as well, plus tax. So almost 200 pretty much. But I like this set. I loved opening this set when it first came out, and I was just a big opener rather than a collector slash, investor. I have the Charizard of this set. I think the Charizard's a sick card. I think there's a bunch of other awesome cards in this set. And 180, solid price. And I can definitely see it being over 200 easily soon. Same with Astral Radiance. I honestly love the Machamp in this. Well, Machamp, not the biggest Pokemon out of some of these boxes like the Giratinas or the Gengars, but Machamp, 151 Pokemon. This has a sick alt art of him, a sick trainer gallery of the Starmie, and several other nice cards. I really like the gold Machamp. I'm just glazing Machamp, but I like this set, and I have a couple boxes of it. I don't really plan on going crazy with much more boxes, but 170, $10 shipping, market price 164, but I don't know that you're really gonna find it at market price. A lot of these, there's a thing going around here where a lot of these are actually listed above market price. You're not finding anything at market price. It's above. That's why I think we could be experiencing a little pump here in the future or something, especially after the Surging Sparks craze goes down. Everybody's spending their money on Surging Sparks right now. Once they get all that, might go back to this to start picking up some more of these boxes. I don't know. And then Rebel Clash. Rebel Clash is one that I just never really got into. It's a set that even when I was opening stuff, I hardly ever opened this set. It's a 234 box. I couldn't even tell, but it came out over 4 years ago. I honestly couldn't even tell you what is in this set. Okay, I've realized why this is an expensive box. I remembered now that this set was kind of underprinted and did not perform very well, and I think it's just expensive because there's so little supply available. Because looking at the cards, Boss's Orders at $40 is the most expensive card, and this is before Trainer Gallery, so there's nothing here that I'm missing, I'm pretty sure. And then the Boss's Orders Secret Rare. Oh my gosh, you could probably buy the whole master set for less than a booster box of this. Okay, well, that answers my question of why no one talks about Rebel Clash and why I have zero clue about it, because I already knew it wasn't a great set, but the price had me thinking differently for a second there. But to put a final note of the video, I think we're gonna see a Sword and Shield boost here within at least 6 months, probably by like the 3rd or 4th month from now, maybe just after the new year and the Christmas craze. And like I said, there's several sets here that I think are great buys right now. Silver Tempest, if you don't have any battle styles, 1 or 2 booster boxes at 136 is, excuse me, not a terrible buy. Vivid Voltage, I think, could even be big in the future, and those are all 3 on the lower end right now. The ones on the higher end are all good buys as well. I was just mentioning these in case you're thinking about buying like Paldea Evolved or Twilight Masquerade and you don't have any of these. These already have some years under their belt, so it's like wine, fine wine. But if you got some cash in your pocket, Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, 2 top tier sets to have. Lost Origin, everybody talks about, and it's it's inching closer to that second most expensive set. It is if you exclude Rebel Clash. So that's my thoughts on the Sword and Shield booster boxes. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and if you want to share what type of boxes you've been picking up from these, if you have been, for the past few months. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. See you next video.